Hey guys, so I've been kind of taking a break from the combine now for a week, just kind of doing some research. So I kind of wanted to give a little update what I've been doing because I don't want the YouTube channel to just go like dead silent or something like that. So basically what I've been doing is a lot of programming. I'm still watching the markets, kind of trying to look at it from some different angles, see if there are maybe some trades. And I'm actually looking particularly at areas where I've had trouble in the past to say, it seems like I lose here a lot. Maybe there's a better trade here. Um, and I think that's actually going pretty well. Um, but I think that there's something else I've been kind of looking at this week that I think has made, or I hope is going to make a big difference. And it kind of came from an article that was in T Nation earlier this week, and I'll link it in the video. But I do Olympic weightlifting every day, so I'm kind of a weightlifter. So that's originally why I started reading the article, and it was talking about neurological types, and they basically said that based on your genetics, people can be categorized into one of three neurological types, and is based on the neurotransmitters that you have and which neurotransmitters you are naturally weak in. Basically, because you don't have as much of that neurotransmitter, you do things to try and create more of that neurotransmitter. So for instance, the first type is people that are low in dopamine, and dopamine is kind of like the reward center of your brain. So people that are low in dopamine like to do things that generate dopamine, like things that are thrilling. So these are like your adrenaline junkie types. The type 2 is norepinephrine, and norepinephrine is associated with like rewards. So like when you finish something, you get norepinephrine, and people that are weak in that tend to be reward seeking. So these are the people that want to find social rewards and want to please other people, um, look for things to finish things, accomplish goals, that sort of a thing. And then the last type is people that are weak in serotonin. They kind of tend to be conflict avoiding people, and this is the kind of person that likes to focus on technique, do something over and over and over again, and just get really, really good at that one thing. So me, I tend to fit into the norepinephrine, the second type. So that's the reward seeking. And I was kind of thinking about that because I know in a video, well, the last one I was talking about what failed in this combine, and people were saying, well, maybe you're distracted by recording, or, having trouble focus on this or that. And I was saying, well, I don't know if that's true, because I'm not necessarily doing worse now that I'm recording or that I'm in this chat or that chat. Although there was certainly some places where I felt like I did better sometimes when I was there. Still not profitable, but and I was thinking about that type too, and I was like, well, maybe it helps you focus because it generates that norepinephrine, right? And you can kind of see how when I'm losing, you lose big. I lose big, 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 and it kind of turns into every trade is wrong. And I think that maybe something that could be playing into that is the norepinephrine, because I'm not getting winning trades. I'm not getting that reward, and so it becomes harder and harder to focus, and harder to make good decisions. So, I was thinking, how do I fight that? And one, I think the obvious answer would be, well, you need to have more winners, right? A trading style where you're taking a lot of short scalps, that has a very high probability of success is one way of doing things. Now, I'm definitely looking for trades like that. I'm personally not entirely convinced that that's the best way to be a profitable trader, because a lot of those edges are few and far between and are hard to take advantage of. But I'm definitely looking for them, and I have a couple of ideas that I tested today and actually worked really well. I had one that I tried. I was just tracking it by paper, but I tried 4 times and I was profitable. I won every time. So, but again, maybe that's not the way to go. But I've noticed when I was doing that, when I was tracking that, because I was tracking like 4 or 5 different trades today. And I was looking at some of the trades that I would take in the past too, to say, how profitable is this? Because before I would just take a trade and it was too hard to go back and say what actual signal was I using so that I could say, is this signal actually profitable or not? And when I took it this other way, where I'm trying to watch as many as I can and I'm only trading the ones that I know are profitable, or that are for longer term plays, like I take one trade every day at the 9 o'clock hour to try and predict the overall direction of the session, so I'll leave that one on. But when I was tracking all these other ones, it was like when something happened that would have either triggered me to enter or exit that trade, because I wasn't looking at it from the perspective of, okay, I've made a prediction, am I right or wrong? But rather, I'm just tracking a bunch of different things and seeing if they work or not. It was like every time that one of those things happened, it was like a reward to me, and I was really, really into it and really focused today. And I think I was able to kind of follow the action a lot better. So I think that's something that I'm going to continue to look into, is, even if I'm not trading it, always have some ideas that I'm kind of researching in the background, looking for to, determine if they're profitable or not. Anyways, I guess I'll just end with my overall thought on the market. It is effing slow. So it is rollover week, and I think that's a lot of it. So we'll see what happens next week. There's a lot of news next week. I really thought that GDP was going to move things. Let's just take a look here really quick. So we had the GDP, and it's 6:30 here, and equities are up, but not a ton. So I don't know what it's going to take to get this market to move. So it's like we're sitting here at highs, like all-time highs in the E-mini, and the bonds are still at the top of their range, right? We're still at 154, right? So we'll see. But this has also been good to be taking a break during this time, because I'm just kind of watching and I can sit down and say, okay, yeah, this is going to be a slow day. Looking at the range, I can kind of see. So in the future, I think I might have some indicators now to kind of keep me out of these areas. So anyways, let me know what you think about these ideas. I'd really like to have some feedback, because I don't feel like I'm necessarily a 100% aware person. So the more comments I could get about this, the better. I love being told that I'm absolutely stupid. So, please, by all means, tell me what you're thinking. And I'll see you next week.